Greetings, Miracle in Motion. In this video, I will, in a very simple, hopefully and natural way, explain what an awakening is, as I see it. There's a lot of talk about awakening now, woke movement, and so on. But since nature has been my go-to place since I was a kid, I probably have pine cones in my DNA. I was in nature before I could walk. So nature has always been my place for healing, insights, rejuvenation, and safety. And nature showed me a very simple way of approaching awakening. And it's a natural process. This is an important point. It's a natural process. Awakening is something that happens when it should, in the way it should. Okay, I'm gonna do some drawing. I like to draw to exemplify what I want to convey. Okay, here is a seed, any kind of seed, but this seed is you, your personal seed. And as you know, a seed can be stored anywhere, basically anywhere. It can withstand drought and cold temperatures and whatnot. And this is usually how we spend our time before an awakening. We're a seed, and the husk is protecting us until it's time to awaken. And what happens during an awakening? Well, as with any seed, the husk breaks, it breaks, and out comes the root. The first thing that comes out of a seed is always the root, because in order for the plant to grow, it needs nourishment, it needs water. And in this case, water is emotions. So the first thing that comes out is the root. And what about the husk? Well, the husk is everything you thought was your reality before. It is everything that you perceived as important. It can be relationships, it can be employments, it can be a house, a boat, friends. The old reality is the husk. And that's why awakenings are usually not like you wake up one day, oh, I'm awakened. Everything is glorious. I can smile my way through life. Nothing touches me and I'm just floating around on a fluffy cloud. Now, awakenings is usually intense turmoil, intense loneliness, intense confusion and despair. And that is, of course, the more we cling to the shell that needs to be let go of for life to flow through us. One day it was really important, the next day it doesn't mean anything. I know this is the case for me. It was really important, career and whatnot. I simply had to let it go. So the shell is all of this, the old reality, basically. And then, of course, the next step in this awakening process, natural, then comes the leaves. But always the root first, and the root digs down into the fertile ground of your subconscious. And it will release any blockages, any fears that you might have that you no longer need. And as we said, emotions, feelings, you may cry, I know I thought I was going crazy. I was losing my mind. But when I lost my mind, I found something else. And what's really important here, inside the seed is, of course, all the information the seed needs to become what it came from. An apple seed will create an apple tree and eventually an apple. So it's the DNA in the seed, the DNA. The DNA in the seed, when activated, acts like an antenna. Greg Braden talks about this. The DNA is like an antenna that connects to a storage facility. It connects to the exact right information needed to become what it truly is. An acorn will become a great oak. So the acorn, the DNA in the acorn, when activated, when the seed is broken, when the husk falls away, it will attach to this information storage that tells it what it's supposed to do. And it will also attract the right kind of nourishment, the right kind of energy, the right kind of vibration. And it's the same with you, it's the same with us. During an awakening, the husk breaks. Everything we thought was important, everything we thought was our entire reality, falls away. And our DNA, the DNA in your body during an awakening, of course, is activated and connects to this timeless, multi-dimensional, trans-dimensional divine storage, which tells you what you are and who you are and what you are about to become. And this can be confusing, very confusing. Like I said, loneliness, I experienced what I would call cosmic loneliness. I was so alone. I couldn't even connect to nature. I was in this void. And it was quite terrifying at the time. And I started thinking, what's the meaning of being alive? I wasn't suicidal. I'm too curious for that. But I still had this truly deep, heartfelt question. Why am I alive? Why should I live? But remember this, and it is no competition. It's called the human race, but it's not a competition. Like in nature, seeds grow at certain times, and also seeds grow when the right time is there. It's not about dates, it's not about time, it's not about year. It's about time, and time in this case is resonance and frequency. Because this time we have on Earth, like months and hours and seconds and whatnot, that has nothing to do with natural time. And the sun, of course, the solar winds are transmitting information to Earth, and Earth is transmitting information to the sun. So it's a dance of information. So this is truly a time of awakening. And life and love, wisdom. You will gain access to wisdom you didn't even know you had. So awaken, the seed breaks. Remember, get access to your divine inheritance, your divine truth, and create. By doing this, by allowing yourself to become what you truly are, free of distractions, you can create, you can let creation flow through you. And this is truly extraordinary. And of course, confusing and horrific and terrifying. And it's like your soul is being polished by a thunderstorm or something like that. And also what is important here, true creation doesn't solve any problems. A birch doesn't solve a problem. A flower doesn't solve a problem. So true creation involves destruction. Because when the husk breaks, of course, the husk is destroyed. But it's a natural part of creation. But when we focus on destruction, creation is not a natural part of destruction. So depending on what we focus on, we get very different results. And there's a lot of woke groups and awakenings now that wants to focus on what do we want to remove from the world to make it a better place. I even wrote a comment once on some Facebook group. I don't spend too much time at all on social media nowadays. I focus on ARC, New Earth, the community. And the question was, it was a very spiritual community. And the question was exactly this: what do you want to take away from Earth to make it a better place? And people wrote all stuff like starvation and war and poverty and whatnot. And I wrote, I don't want to take away anything, because my deep belief is that everything is exactly as it should, always, in all ways, always in all ways. And it's much more powerful, much more in resonance with Source to focus on what we want to bring into the world, what we want to create. Yes, okay, this is one of my first videos in English. I haven't recorded videos in English for some time, so my English is still a bit not rustic, but rusty. It's not the same flow in English. But what I want you to remember or play with, this is just another suggestion. There are so many suggestions now on how things are, what you should do, what you should eat, how you should exercise, whatnot. So what I invite you to do is play with this metaphor. Play with it. See if it resonates, see if it is, if it can tickle something inside you. Because you and your truth is your gift to yourself and to the world. You are the one you, truly. You are the chosen one because you choose yourself. But awakening is a natural process, as I see it. The husk falls away and life can flow and create whatever it came from. Okay. With love, I wish you and your loved ones all the best, and let's see what we can co-create together in these marvelous times. See you soon.